Hello, this is Adam, and here in front of me is the new Losi DBXL 2.0, and today I'm going to show you how to get your model up and going. The first step would be to install batteries into the included radio. On the bottom of the radio is the battery tray. Once you open that up, you can go ahead and install the batteries. With the radio, it's always a good idea to turn it on first, followed by the vehicle, and whenever you're powering it off, to turn off the model first, followed by the radio. On this model, there are 3 knobs. One of the 3 knobs is your steering rate, and then the other 2 are your steering and throttle trim. That is your micro adjustment, so if the car is slightly turning one way, or if you notice that the brake or the throttle might be slightly applied, you can adjust this here on the side of the radio. On this side, you have that 50, 75, and 100% level, so you can start down low and work your way up as you are ready. It also has what is called reversing. So as you pull the trigger towards the base of the radio, the car should go forward. But if the model happens to apply the brake, that can be changed there. Same thing with the steering on this radio. If it is backwards, you can fix that on the side of the radio there. Now to get the model itself ready, you have to remove the body. Now I'm going to show you how to install the included LiPo battery. Back here is your battery box. You can go ahead and put in the battery, and you want to make sure that all of the other leads are nice and tucked away. But there is going to be one here that actually powers the vehicle. You want to make sure your polarity is correct. So black to black, and then on this case, orange to red. And then you can get everything tucked away. Now you can grab the battery door. And the battery door is held down with 2 body clips. Now with the battery in and the radio on, we can go ahead and turn on the vehicle. At this point, we'll be able to perform a test to see if you have steering and if you have throttle. At this point, you should see the carburetor move, and then the model should apply brakes. Also, once you have power on this model, you will see that the lights will go ahead and turn on. You want to make sure you pre-mix the oil and gas for this model per the user manual. Now with the fuel tank, it's always a good idea whenever you're getting ready to fuel this model to remove the cap, and then you want to make sure you get all of the fuel inside of the fuel tank. You don't want any fuel to run off anywhere. If you do, it's always a good idea to clean that up. Once you have the fuel installed in the model, you can go ahead and install the cap back on. You want to make sure you get your cap on straight, just so then there is no leakage. After that, after you have installed the fuel into the fuel tank, you always want to push the primer bulb to get fuel to the carburetor and to get any air out of the gas lines. Once the engine is all primed, you can go ahead and turn on the choke and give it a few pulls. You don't want to pull real hard or real far on the pull start. Once the engine makes a pop, it's always a good idea to go ahead and turn off the choke. That way the engine will start and you won't flood it out. Once your engine is idling, it's always a good idea to let it warm up for 2 or 3 minutes before you start running it. For the first time if you're using this model, you always want to go out and do figure 8 or a very basic maneuver, and you should allow this engine to break in for about 20 minutes. On the back side of the carburetor here, there are 3 different needles. On the bottom, you have your idle, then you have your low speed and your high speed. You might have to adjust these for different weather conditions. You also want to be mindful that you will have to perform some maintenance with this model. The user manual goes over that in great detail. Thanks for watching.